This evening, opposition protests today's budget debates. Government to restore the city with a little help from the EU. Who will be the next mayor of Georgetown? Also, we explain what was the cause of the mysterious death of a Keiko youngster. In the region, in St. Lucia, the government has moved to make some details of the DSH agreement public. And internationally, Donald Trump appoints former opponent as housing secretary.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, safetvguyana.com. Join us. The heated exchanges in Budget 2017 debates have already started, with the government defending its $250 billion price tag. Thus far, the opposition called the budget, quote, poisonous and sufferation and murderation to Guyanese people. They also said that it is, quote, the first death announcement budget read on national television. They also have called the budget a stressful one for the nation. Here are some budget highlights.
They were the messiah of local democracy. They were the people who were propagating about local government election. Okay, we had local government election. Now allow the local bodies to function. Don't usurp the function of these elected bodies. So I want to call, Mr. Speaker, I want to call on them now. I want to call on them to immediately set up the local government commission so that body can do its work.
The PPP government win many local government authorities. They are controlling government right across Guyana. And they had not come up with any economic development program in the community in terms to create jobs for the people. They are the government for 7 regions. Government for 7 regions and haven't come up with any plan to create jobs for the people. Mr. Speaker, but they come now to cut down our budget, to tear our budget down because we have an increase to help the people.
Private citizens, today's newspaper, Mr. Speaker, I didn't have time, but today's newspaper, front page of one of our national newspapers says, budget spells bleak Christmas for 2016. Double taxation on business will hurt our economy. New VAT regime was not recommended. Raman McRae. Cut water from VAT, from electricity and water. The Central Quarantine Chamber of Berbice. Sir,
VAT on water and VAT on GPL. What is missing again? What is missing again, Mr. Speaker, is it is VAT on water if you use over $1,500 per month. Only then you will pay VAT on water. And VAT on GPL if you go over $10,000 per month. Mr. Speaker, that does not come out from the opposition. They're only saying VAT on water and VAT on taxes. I did not go down Regent Street to talk to people. I went in my village. 7 houses, Mr. Speaker. 7 houses with at least 4 people in each home. 2 of them were paying somewhere between $10,000 and $12,000 per month on electricity. And none of the 7 homes paid in excess of $9,000 a year for water. They will therefore not be affected by the VAT.
In opposition, this government made it clear their desire to de-emphasize sugar with threats of closure and privatization. You remember the famous quote. You remember the famous comment of throwing money down a black hole. That was a comment when they were in opposition. And Mr. Speaker, now they are in government. They are in government and we are hearing money injected in sugar is money wasted. What this day and they are showing to the sugar workers in our country, Mr. Speaker.
Just to remind my honorable colleagues on the opposite side of the House, Mr. Speaker, this year, 2016, 2 radio stations were established, Radio Lethem and Radio Mabaruma, in the 2 newly established hinterland towns. This is simply remarkable. When suddenly, after only 18 months in the office of this government, In the office, this government is delivering the dreams of our hinterland brothers and sisters.
Yes, there has been an increase in the various sectors, but then we have seen a tremendous increase. We will see a tremendous increase on most items. Reagan Martin from Linden. I think the present government is more like in a tax collection mode, but they're not in a mode whereby they're projecting and creating industries to provide tax revenue base.
Leaders and supporters of the People's Progressive Party Civic today mounted a protest outside of the National Assembly. Rihanna Ahmad will explain why.
The government's decision to implement value-added tax on water and electricity is still not sitting well with many people, majority of them being supporters of the main opposition. Armed with placards, some of them stood outside of the House calling the 2017 budget unfair.
I am a widow and I am not getting pension from anywhere. This is the most nasty budget. That's it.
Why should I pay tax on water? Why should I pay tax on electricity? We are land of many water. Why this?
Although on the picket line, many of the protesters were not very open to explaining why they were there in the first place. On the other hand, there were those who were very loud with their concerns.
They had the country for 28 years and damage it. If we take over 23 years and rebuild it and take it back again, and destroy it. Where we are going, where we are heading for. We're heading for graveyard. We only have punished ourselves in this life.
As the new trend would have it, a counter-protest was evident. There was even an elderly supporter of the People's National Congress who responded to the placards by waving her New Nation newspaper.
I agree with the budget. I agree. I don't care with them like the war. I have no complaint.
All right.
Rihanna Ahmad, Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Rihanna. Who will be the next mayor and deputy mayor of Georgetown? Andrew Weeks reports that current mayor Patricia Chase Green says if given another chance at the head of the horseshoe table at City Hall, she would ensure that 3 major things are completed in 2017. Andrew Weeks reports.
Before the 16th of December, City Hall will have its internal elections to choose its next mayor. Current Mayor Patricia Chase Green reflected on what she and her councillors were able to accomplish.
There was quite a lack of achievements. We're still a far way ahead to go in achieving the goal that I think the city would have set, because there is a vision for the city of Georgetown to be a modern city in how we...
Some negative reports in the way some matters were addressed by council, and over the period they were able to reassess the way those matters were handled. But achievements were made. Chase Green further stated that wherever the road leads, come in town elections day, she will follow. But should the reins of power be given to her again, what would be her top priority? Chase Green said,
some roads. We need to do some roads. We have been neglectful over the past 23 years, and I personally don't like to go back there. But for the past 8 months, we're not able to do roads. We're getting a lot of assistance from the Ministry of Infrastructure, which we are grateful for. But in our budget for 2017, there are monies available for road. I did. Our cemeteries, our treasures department. Let me tell you, we have qualified workers. And again, leadership.
The mayor contends that before the next local government elections in 2 years' time, the full council will ensure that the vision for a modern, green and healthy city is realized.
As I will say, if it is thy will, it will be.
'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all
the bridal collection now available at Raj Jewelry, second floor at the Giftland Mall. Custom design jewelry made to order in just 24 hours. Call at 222-7283. Deserves a ring.
'Cause I give you.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one mini computer every day. That's right, win one RCA tablet and keyboard every day. Plus, 4 persons will win $1 million in clothing, shoes, and accessories. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend in our men's or women's department. So shop now to win one mini computer every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Santa baby, forgot to mention one little thing, a ring. I don't mean on a phone, Santa baby, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Tonight, hurry down the chimney tonight.
Topaz, the only jewelers this Christmas.
Admit it, Christmas shopping can be exhausting. But Home & Beyond is making it easier with everything for your home this holiday season. Choose from the widest range of carpets.
Get the perfect variety store gets you the right Stanley tool for the job.
Starting the season with a mega Black Friday sale that's going to be happening right here at Clearance on the 25th of November. Come down and enjoy half off everything store-wide, from gents sneakers, ladies jeans, tops, short dresses, shoes, and a whole lot more. And to make this even bigger, fellas, get 80% off men's dress shirts. Also, just for Black Friday, we're offering a special 25% clearance, always keeping you in style.
Let Kissoons be your furniture guide. We want to be of service to you because you know, it's you who have made us what we are, Guyana's Furniture King. Drop in and refresh your home today. You'll find us as courteous and accommodating as we always were, making better furniture for you, our lifetime customers. Come and spoil yourself, your friends and family at Kissoon's Industrial Site, Rhineville Showroom. We guarantee no hassle, just good old-time service and quality products. Come visit for old time's sake.
What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home? Professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
According to an NBC News report, a young off-duty corrections officer was shot and killed as she sat in her car in Brooklyn on Sunday night in what authorities described as a horrific murder. Anastasia Bryan, 25 years old, a Guyanese living in New York and working as a New York corrections officer, was gunned down in Brooklyn. She was declared dead after being found with gunshot wounds to her head and body in the area of East 73rd Street and Avenue L in Flatlands at about 9:15 p.m. It was not clear if it was intentional or if the shooting was random. NBC News reported. No arrests have been made and the investigation was ongoing, officials said. City of New York's Department of Corrections said the victim was a city corrections officer. Quote, "Tonight, the DOC suffered a tragic loss when an off-duty officer was fatally shot," a statement said. "Our thoughts are with the officer's family, friends, and colleagues." End quote. Eliasus Humayadin, president of the Corrections Officers Benevolent Association, said in a statement, quote, "Our correction family and the entire city of New York."
The $64 million Ghana restoration plan is expected to be concluded and have reported the findings to the council as the city engineers has some internal works to begin.
On the 18th of December, they will come back and they will start to do some minor works. But at the end of the day, there is hope for.
The core of the assessment will include conducting a condition assessment and evaluation of the physical and structural state of City Hall and the City Engineers Building, preparation and presentation of a comprehensive green restoration building, and facilitating training sessions and strengthening capacity within the relevant stakeholders agency. EU ambassador said that Georgetown's iconic City Hall and the City Engineers buildings built in 1889 are unquestionably among the most outstanding architectural, cultural, and historical significant buildings.
They're on our embassy, our delegation, so if you could consider a way to give us some space for diplomats to park of our building.
There have been some 2 or 3 tenders put out by Council for the restoration of this massive historical structure. You remember, during 2014-2015, a tour was done stays in the auditorium, and the amount of board droppings found shocked the country. Acting town clerk at the time, Carl Sewer, refused to do remedial works.
So I am happy. I am so happy for City Hall today that words cannot express how happy I am that this building can be saved.
Guyana became the first Caribbean state signing the 1977 Convention concerning the protection. Andrew Weeks, Channel 2, Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Meningitis or poisoning? Rihanna Ahmad will explain what caused the death of that Keiko youngster and left his younger brother brain dead.
A meningitis outbreak is what is believed to have caused the death of a 9-year-old boy from Keiko village located in Upper Mazaruni Region 7 and left his younger brother brain dead and strapped to a life support machine. After a visit to the region where a post-mortem of the child's remains was done, Public Health Minister Dr. George Norton had this to say.
There is no meningitis.
As the other child lays brain dead at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, there are reports suggesting that the boys might have been victims of cyanide poisoning. Headline News understands that both boys had complained of severe headaches, fevers, and coughing, all consistent with symptoms of cyanide poisoning. Meningitis, on the other hand, is an inflammation of the lining of the brain and spinal cord.
There is a pathology of the brain. Meningitis means that there's an infection that has not been proven.
Nonetheless, Dr. Norton and a team of medical professionals recently visited the region to investigate the reports of meningitis in Keiko and its neighboring villages. Fortunately, they came up empty. Rihanna Ahmad, Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Rihanna. Still ahead, our regional and international news.
Shop at John Lewis Styles in December and you could win one mini computer every day. That's right, win one RCA tablet and keyboard. So shop now to win one mini computer every day and $1 million to spend in the store. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
It's always fresh, tasty, enticing, and the best in town. Served hot from our experienced chefs. Come and enjoy our daily meals with a wide and delicious menu to choose from. Also a wide variety of pastries and dessert. We can also host your luncheons, cocktails, parties, and formal gathering. For reservation, call 225-1730, 225-0038, and delivery 225-0195 or 225-0159. The new thriving Chinese restaurant, 32 Main Street, Georgetown.
Fly always. Always something new.
In an ever-changing Guyana, some things never change. For decades, the name Kissoons has been synonymous with the finest furniture. You'd be hard-pressed to find a home that doesn't quality, variety, price, service and guarantee. What has changed for the better is that Kissoons have made it easier for you, now inviting you to their home at the Rheinfeldt industrial site with over 100,000 square feet of floor space, so you can take your time to see what takes your fancy all under one roof. Knowing what their customers want is what has always made Kissoons Guyana's favorite furniture makers. So they've changed to make it just like old times. No crowds, no parking, no hassling, just you and the Furniture King. And you're right, they still tell you that they are never knowingly undersold. Kissoons at their Rheinfeldt Industrial Site factory. Visit them, if only to have a look around.
Please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not
Professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
In news from the region now, in St. Lucia, the government has moved to make some details of the DSH agreement public. This comes in the wake of the widely reported leak of a document purported to be the signed mega DSH agreement. News Force reports.
The government has revealed there are trust issues among the various state agencies. The disclosure came from the Office of the Prime Minister after a confidential agreement on a massive multi-billion-dollar investment was allegedly leaked.
I do think that you'd always be concerned about confidential agreements getting out before you've actually released it and before all the parties who are involved, sometimes not through the right channels. So it's definitely something we need to deal with.
Initially, a confidentiality agreement restricted publicizing the details of an agreement between the government and Chinese firm Desert Star Holdings. However, the government has reneged and intends to afford the public and local media an opportunity to examine and query the DSH government deal. McDonnell maintains the administration is not withholding relevant information. Private prospective investors. Conversely, perceived secret deals can stoke transparency concerns. Rihani Isidore, HDS News Force.
And internationally, Bakari Sellers.
Donald Trump has tapped Ben Carson to be his housing secretary. A team of rivals he's assembling?
I'm a little bit taken aback by this. I think that, Ben Carson has the aptitude to do great things, but I think Ben Carson's advisor himself a couple of weeks ago said that Ben Carson wasn't ready or qualified to be a cabinet head. I think he's made some troubling statements in the past, and the list goes on and on and on. Ben Carson actually doesn't believe in the Fair Housing Act, for an example. And I look forward to his confirmation hearing, but I do think that Ben Carson, he kind of fit.
And that's Channel 2 headline news for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find